Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to stay in this mid-Michigan area right now. Carrie Rosingana, CEO of CAMW, the Capital Area Michigan Works, going to join us, and they service, of course, Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties. And as always, good to have you on, and thank you very much for your Mayflowers in our future top there. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. It's always good to be with you, and had to have some flowers in the background for spring.
It absolutely did. Got to have that bunny food, you know.
Sure do.
So look, legislative spring break's over. So budget season soon begins in pretty much earnest, and it goes pretty quickly from here, if I'm not mistaken. What are the top issues and concerns for CAMW?
We've been doing a lot of work as a Michigan Work System, especially over the last month, to identify 3 top areas where we really want to focus our energy for advocacy work with our lawmakers, because you're right, this is going to be a quick process over the next several months. So we've identified really 3 whole goals that we want to reach towards as we're working with our lawmakers to continue to make sure that our system is whole. The first one is that we want to focus in on those requirements that are coming down the line from the federal government related to food stamp work requirements, as well as Medicaid work requirements. So that's our first priority that we're focused in on. And then we're also really focused in on apprenticeship work to continue to expand that here in Michigan. Michigan is a leader in that space. We're number 4 in the country, and we want to continue to be looked to as a leader, and that investment is critical there. And then finally, Going Pro Talent Fund is the last priority that we've identified as a statewide system that we really want to advocate for funding. We know the impact that it has here. Chris, you and I both know from the work we do with our employers around the state and the region, talent is still one of those top priorities. And so we know Going Pro Talent Fund is a way to support making sure that we have the critical workforce that's needed here in Michigan.
Yeah, believe it or not, with all the things going on, talent was still number 1 in our last Michigan Future Business Index. So tell me why CAMW and Michigan Works are so dedicated to this Medicaid work requirements assistance.
Yeah, so we've already seen the SNAP work requirements changed just this year already. And we have seen a tremendous impact in our system already. So we're seeing a lot of people who wouldn't have had to come through our doors before now needing to come in order to keep their benefits. With Medicaid work requirements rolling out January 1st next year, we know that we want to be focused in on making sure that we have those support systems as well as the staffing in place to make sure that there's not any negative or accidental impact to individuals' coverage who are receiving Medicaid. So what we're really looking to is $25 million, which was included in the governor's budget, to go directly to the Michigan Works Agency so that we can staff up, have dollars to remove barriers, and help people to continue to have that coverage that they need to be successful.
So you're also hoping for some funding for registered apprenticeships. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so as I alluded to earlier, we know apprenticeships work. Employers have a 93% success rate for those apprenticeship programs, and that retention is strong with those programs. So we are asking for $5 million to continue to support that work here. Since 2016, the Michigan Works networks in the state have doubled the number of apprentices here in Michigan, and we know that there's opportunities to continue that momentum. So those dollars would help to be able to offset some of the training costs for those individuals through their employers, as well as make sure that we have staff in place across the Michigan Work System to help increase and grow those apprenticeship opportunities across industries.
So Going Pro Talent Fund, that's another issue. It took a pretty big hit last year in the budget, and the governor really didn't include it in her recommendations this year. What are you hoping for that?
We are really hoping that that can be revisited and that we can look at having it remain flat funded at $31 million for this year. Already this year, there's been over $24 million in ask from employers to support incumbent workers, so those that they already have in their workforce, as well as new employees that had to be denied because those funding limits have continued to decrease. So if this program goes away, it will really impact our employers who need those dollars to continue to upskill their workforce, train new hires, and make sure that Michigan remains as competitive as it can be from a workforce development perspective.
Let's talk about the feds now, right? Budget crafting is going on at the federal level. What are you hoping out of that separate universe?
Well, I'll tell you, I think we've learned over the last year that there's always a lot of things happening in DC, and it's something that we're watching really closely. One of our largest workforce programs, Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, has been in the process of reauthorization. And there's continued discussion as early as the last 2 weeks around some potential momentum there. So we'll be watching that really carefully. And we're going to continue to watch those conversations about Medicaid work requirements too, because we'll be feeling those impacts here in Michigan really soon.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, listen, thanks for the continued good work you do. Carrie Rosingana, CEO of the Capital Area Michigan Works, servicing Ingham, Clinton, and Eaton counties.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.